My name's Andy Leach of Cal Automotive Creations out of Bennington, Nebraska, and we brought Kent Matranga's 71 Cuda with us here to battle the builders. Kent approached us about building this Cuda. He wanted it around the Hellcat platform, so we got a Hellcat crate motor and literally styled the car and built the car around the Hellcat. For anybody that hasn't dealt with the Hellcat is a very, very tall motor to begin with, and the whole look that my shop that we like to do is very timeless. We don't want anything to stick out. We don't want anything just to be loud and flashy. We want very elegant and very aggressive looking, but in a very subtle way. So we started with the Cuda shell, just a bare shell, floors all cut out, and placed the Hellcat in there, and then started with a Magnaforce front end. And by the time we cut the Magnaforce front end all up, we just decided it was best to start from scratch and build our own K-member and all the control arms and whatnot. And with all the race car stuff we do and hot rod stuff, we blended all the suspension geometry that we know and got the car to sit just like it is with 18s on the front and 20s in the rear. This car absolutely works top to bottom. I would jump in this car right now and drive it anywhere, in any weather condition, whatnot. It works, every single thing on it. With us building all the suspension, front and rear, the rear was we kept the stock sub rails look to it. It's all been made from scratch, but it all looks like it could be factory stuff. Built the 4-link in the rear with a big Dana rear end. It's on coilovers front and rear, so that is the ride height, very low, front and back. Again, functionality, that's what we do. The car rides, if you ride in the car, and I wish we could all go for a ride in the car, it handles just phenomenal. You would never know that you're in a 71 Cuda. You'd think you're in some supercar or whatnot. So once the bottom of the car was all established, built all the exhaust, and then we came back and built all the tubs and the floors so that everything is up above the rockers, nothing hangs below the scrub line. We went and pulled all the sheet metal off the car like the factory puts it on. Drilled all the spot welds out, removed all the panels, made all the modifications. Quarters have been reshaped. The wheel openings reshaped to fit around the big 295 45/20 tire. Even in the front fender wheel openings reshaped. Even door skins, like I said, everything came off the car. All modifications to all the sheet metal was done in the raw, just as the factory did. Then we put it back on. The car was literally metal finished. It's literally primed and painted. That's how nice the metalwork is underneath the car, underneath the paint. Rockers were dropped, just if you know what the factory cars look like, the sub rails hang below, so we flowed the rockers down a little bit, just about an inch, just to blend that out so you can't see any of that. The hood, it looks like a stock Cuda hood. Again, the Hellcat supercharger is just ginormous, so a little bit of work to get the skin of the hood to fit around that supercharger. All the bracing underneath the hood had to be made from scratch to go around the supercharger. If you look in the engine bay, again, on the top of the cowl, you'll see overflow tanks. Way back in the very back, you can see the 2 caps, one for the supercharger, one for the radiator. If you just hunt around in the engine bay, you're going to see a lot of metal work. Again, it's the Hellcat. It's fun to drive. It's the first car we built where we actually shook the whole car down in bare metal, put about 500 miles on the car in bare metal, and then came back, blew it apart, fixed everything, or not fixed everything, did all the body paint. In the interior, we wanted the interior to stay 71 Cuda, so everything was made from scratch, but it looks like it's 71 Cuda, from the dash and the machine trim in the dash. There's machine trim in the door panels. Everything we wanted to fit 71 Cuda. Just keep that theory throughout the whole car. Tucked bumpers, all the window trim's been reshaped. Machine trim on top of the doors, it looks factory. Machine door handles on the side of the car, something most people probably won't notice, but the keyhole is out of it. All the stock taillights were reworked, fit better to the car. The grill, took a stock grill and reworked it, just every square inch of it. It's a lot of fun. We've got about 1,000 miles on the car. The car's been in the rain, it's been everywhere. It's been on the racetrack, down the road, in the highway, in traffic. That's what it's for. It's a real car.